a las 7 tú la puedes encontrar alistando su ropa que va a usar para bailar. Una falda muy cortita, una blusa apretadita con sus formas exquisitas, como ella no hay otra igual. A las 10 de la noche empieza a tocar Texas Pachanga. Ella sí va a bailar las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. La forma que ella mueve es una forma sensual, de lado a lado ella no va a parar de bailar. Con su falda muy cortita, con su blusa apretadita, con sus formas exquisitas, como ella no hay otra igual. A la medianoche para de tocar en Texas Pachanga, el baile acabará. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. Y entre semana ella empieza a buscar y donde hay baile, a ver qué va a tocar. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here today. Sleepy Sunday, 5 o'clock jam. And we got the one and only, the main man himself, the RGV secret, untold secret. Now I'm spreading the news. Here he is, the one and only Mark Alaniz. Or wait, did I even say that right? Hold on. There you are. Can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you. You there, Mark? I can't hear you, brother. I'm sorry, man. Nah, I think your microphone fell off. That's all right. Look, I like the Texas Pachanga cap too as well. Thank you very much for everybody that's joining us right now. Big shout out to Gabriela Martinez. Hey, congratulations on hitting 30 million likes. I don't have 2 likes, much less 30 million. Angel Jimenez, thank you so very much, girlfriend. I'm sorry, brother, we still don't hear you. While we go ahead and fix this technical error, which is not going to be that big of a deal, let's just go ahead and listen to another song from Mark and Texas Pachanga. This one is called Sin Tu Amor. You're going to like it, man. Tune in. We'll be right back. We'll fix this. Don't worry about it.
Aquellos tiempos que pasamos muy contentos, como la estrella y el cielo inseparables, tú y yo. Nuestro amor siguió creciendo, tú y yo, siempre soñando en nuestro futuro solamente tú y yo. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, tampoco sin tu calor. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, pues tú eres mi obsesión. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, sin tu amor no soy feliz. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, pues tú eres mi todo. siendo tú y yo, siempre soñando en nuestro futuro solamente tú y yo. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, tampoco sin tu calor. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, pues tú eres mi obsesión. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, si tu amor no soy feliz. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, si tú eres mi amor. Y nunca me dejes de amar, solo no va a quedar. Me haces muy feliz y no quiero vivir sin ti. No quiero vivir.
That was cut short. What's happening today? All right, Mark, welcome back, brother. How are you?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm assuming you can hear me now.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Very good. Very
Sweet.
good.
Sweet.
Big shout out to Norma Salazar. Thank you so very much for joining us. Norma, big supporter of Tejano music. And one, like I said earlier, Gabriela Martinez and Angel Jimenez. Angel, gosh, man, she's got a great voice. Laura Saenz from Leona Promotions is in the
Absolutely.
Hijo, Leona Promotions. She's rocking it. She's got great artists on her deal. If you're listening in and you're trying to get into Tejano music and you got your own, you want to get some deal, hit her up, man. She's got all the music, she's got all the jams. So Mark, what's been going on with you, brother? How you been, man?
We've been well, my brother. We've been we actually took the last 2 weeks off because we've been playing quite a bit throughout the state. And you mentioned it a little while ago. I got to give props where props are due, and a big portion of that is due to Laura and Leona Promotions, man. I mean, they really do a lot for us, for all the bands that she represents. And I mean, truly, Laura, she's an absolute sweetheart, and she's a workaholic, bro. Because of her, we get all the work we do. I can honestly say that.
Oh yeah, I mean, she keeps me up to date. That's for sure. And I'm
Awesome.
really appreciative. Thank you, Laura. I say Laura. I'm not sure what her preference is, but I do what I do. That's what I do.
There you go.
Now, for those of y'all that are watching, forgive my complexion here. I've had a long day as of yesterday, and I was out in the sun, and I'm allergic to the sun, believe it or not. So,
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks in itself. Hey, well, she's responding. Thank you very much. You're welcome. But no, you don't need to welcome us, Laura, because all of the accolades you deserve, girlfriend. You
Absolutely.
and you deserve all of those accolades. So real quickly, just like I labeled you the RGV best kept secret, because y'all guys are so much everywhere, but people don't realize, hey man, they got some image out there, man. They really rocking it out there. So just give us a little bit of background of how y'all guys got together, man. Because Texas Pachanga, and I love the logo, by the way, and I love the name Texas Pachanga. I don't know what a pachanga is though.
Pachanga is essentially a big party, is what it is. Okay. But yeah, a little quick background, and you mentioned actually when you first said the RGV's best kept secret. I love that, and it's ironic because they play our songs literally all over the state, all over the nation, California, New Mexico, Arizona, Mexico. But in the Valley, for whatever reason, they won't play our songs. I can't figure it out. But like, and again, I'm not trying to toot our horn or anything, but our current single, La Bailadora, right now, it's number 5 in Mexico. And we have, we're charting around the state. And like I said, right now, there's several stations on the West Coast that have just gotten a hold of us as early as yesterday to go play a few festivals out there. And we're like crazy excited. But to give you a little bit of background on Texas Pachanga, we actually originally started off in the late 90s, the very, very late 90s. Bunch of us just out of, some of us were in high school, some of us were barely out of high school. And we started playing together with the intention of just only doing quinceañeras and weddings and things like that. And we played for, I would say, probably about 5 or 6 years. And then everybody went their own way, families and everybody, some of the guys got married and whatever. And fast forward a few years, Jesse Alvarez and I, he's my bass player right now, we kept playing together. We kept, one of the things that we did, and we to this day, to be honest with you, we love to do privates. We love to do like little backyard parties, serenades, and I don't care how, if one day we ever get big, that's something that will never stop. We love the one-on-one communication with the fans, and like I said, we always did serenades and things like that. But fast forward to 2020, and December of 2020 to be exact. We were just kind of messing around at we have a little practice studio, and several friends came in, and a couple of other people came in, and they were listening to some of the stuff that we were playing. And again, there was no intention of recording anything like that. And it was like, hey guys, you know what? There's a gig. It was a Jamaica for a local church, and they were like, can you all come play? And I said, well, we don't even have a band, bro. We're just, it's just a couple of guys. And then a couple of musicians said, hey, man, we'll help you. We'll help you. So we went and we played a Jamaica. And the funny thing is we were supposed to play 30 minutes. We wound up playing 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and people were dancing nonstop. We had so much fun. So afterwards, Jesse and I got to talk, and I was like, hey, bro, you know what? We've written so many songs in the past. We've played with several other bands, big bands in the past, but yet, just like a typical musician, we never got any credit for anything. So it was one of those where it was like, let's play down some tracks and let's just see what we do with it. And it was like, okay, well, we put together several songs, and one of my absolute best friends, a big shout out to Chris Rodriguez from Tejano Highway 281. I called him up because he had just recently made Powerhouse Studios, and I called him up and asked him, I say, hey, bro, are you done with the studio? And he was like, well, we're recording already. We have several people in here recently. He's like, you want to come in? I was like, yeah, bro. So we went in last year, and we laid down several tracks. First song we did was Cinto Amor, and we recorded there with Chris and Powerhouse Studios. And it was actually, I think we recorded like 2 or 3 tracks that first week that we were there. 2 or 3 songs, I'm sorry, not tracks. And from there, Chris told me, he was like, hey, you know what, man? He was like, this song, Cinto Amor, you need to release it. And I said, you know what, Chris, we're really not, we don't have a band, bro. I was like, it's just, there's 3 of us, which is Paul also was with us. And I said at the time, we don't have a drummer, we don't have a percussion player. And Chris was like, you know what, bro, it'll all fall into place. He was like, let's release it and let's see what it does. So I said, all right, let's see. So Chris did some of the releasing on his own. And then that's when I met Laura, and Laura graciously offered to come in and help us out. And she released it, everywhere else. And next thing you know, I mean, that song went to number 3 here. It went to number 1 all over California. It went to number 1 in Arizona. In Mexico, it was number 1 for 3 straight weeks. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that song did that. So then at that point, we started getting calls. Chris started getting a lot of calls, and it was like, hey, who are these guys? Can they come play here, this festival, that festival? So we held auditions, and we found a really, really great drummer out of San Benito, which is a Ray Vasquez. And without tooting our horns, I mean, gosh, and I don't mean to sound like Pantoche or anything, but man, I have a really, really solid band. I am so absolutely blessed. Chewy, my bass player, is an amazing songwriter, amazing composer, a monster on the bass. Paul Lopez, my bajo quinto player. I mean, the guy is just literally, I think I would put him up against anyone, and my money would still be on Paul. Paul is just phenomenal. He does so many like weird arrangements and chords and different structures. And then, like I said, Ray's just an amazing drummer. We auditioned, I think it was 9 drummers, if I'm not mistaken, and it wasn't even close. Ray blew everybody out of the water. And then originally, my original conguero was Moises Francisco, but he wound up going into the Navy. And so then I brought in Leo Ramirez. Leo Ramirez is another guy, long history of percussion. And like I said, man, we all vibe. There's no egos whatsoever. We all know each other for years and years, with the exception of Ray, for years since high school. And we've always gotten along. And like I said, we go play. We're from the Valley. We're from San Juan, the San Juan Far McAllen area. But we've played. We've been very blessed to play all over the state. And like I said, whenever we go, man, it sounds cliche, but we work really well as a team. Once again, there's no egos whatsoever. Somebody's like, hey, let's try this. Hey, well, let's try it. Why not? I mean, we just have so much fun. Like I said, I have been absolutely blessed on this road that we're on, and I've been able to meet a whole bunch of other artists, amazing artists. And like I said, we've been playing several festivals throughout the state, and we're playing with a bunch of other artists. And you get to make certain friends, and you make other connections. And most recently, we made a connection with somebody you had on your show a couple nights ago, which was Miss Ruby Ann and Carlos. And man, they're just amazing people. We get along so well. I mean, they're like brothers and sisters to us, literally. And I know that term is overused, but I don't know whether it's that. Like me, I work for Customs and Border Protection. It's my day job. So I don't know whether it's that we're all in law enforcement or hide your stuff.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
No.
I got my card, my green card.
No,
but we just get along really well, man. Carlos is amazing. He's so down to earth. I mean, just such a laid back guy. And of course, Ruby Ann's an absolute sweetheart, man. And we get along really, really well with them. And when she, well, obviously I knew who she was by her music. Mi Cumbia hit like ridiculous. I mean, it's still being played in several areas. And I was just like, wow. I was like, she's a Valley girl. And I was thinking to myself sometimes, like, we'll probably wind up playing with them somewhere. Or we'll meet up with them on the road, or something along those lines. And we wind up doing a gentleman who's on the Powerhouse record label, which is Ramon Lucio and Grupo Dominante. He just won, what was it? Male Entertainer of the Year. He called me up and he was like, hey, bro, I've got this event going on in Brownsville. And can you come? Would you all mind coming and playing a set with us? And I even told him, I was like, bro, I think we have a gig that day. I said, but you know what? I was like, let us finish that gig early, and then we'll head over and we'll play with you all. So it was for a good cause. They were raising money for uniforms for the kids, the community there in Brownsville. And we're all about helping the kids out, the community, in any way that we can. So we went out there, we played a full set out there. But while we were there, we met in person, Ruby Ann, and we met Carlos. And again, we hit it off, man. With like all of us, and not just me, my whole band and them. We all clicked, and it was really awesome. We wind up headlining that show that night, and I mean, it was for an artist to see another artist enjoying your music. It hits you, man. It means something. And we were playing that night. I mean, Ruby Ann was dancing to our songs like the whole night. And I was like, what the hell? I turned around in the middle of one of the cumbias, and I told Chewy, I walked up to him and I turned off my wireless, and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, I was like, check her out, bro. Like, they're dancing, bro. Like, they're jamming to us. And in the industry, a lot of times certain people have egos and whatever, bro, and they are the opposite of that. Like, they are the complete opposite of egos. I mean, they're genuinely good people, man. But we played that week. And then we spoke to her, and that's when she told us about the wildfire that she's having there at 281 Saloon. And I was just like, you know what, man? I was like, again, we are off that weekend. We're off last weekend and this weekend. And I told her, I was like, we're in. I was like, well, whatever you need. I was like, we're there for you all. We're there for the community. I personally had the opportunity to work in Brownsville, which is about an hour and 20-minute drive for me. But I worked there for 4 years. At Gateway Bridge, and so you get to know the community, you get to see everything that's going on there. And even though I'm not from Brownsville, I'm from San Juan, I still felt and I still feel like I'm connected there, because again, I got to work there, I got to interact with the people. Like I said, I mean, something as simple as, like, I'll tell you, like, a big shout out to Doña Maria there in Brownsville. It's just this older lady. She would make tacos for everybody at the bridge. And we would order for her each and every single day for 4 years, man. She was awesome. But yeah, it's just, you feel the connection there. So I'm sorry for rambling on, but that's a little background of the band, what we've done. And like I said, our interactions with different artists. And we played with a bunch of artists, don't get me wrong. We played with 281. We played with the Homeboys. I mean, Chamacos, et cetera, et cetera. But, and everybody's been super nice. Everybody's been super cordial with us. There has really hasn't been too much negativity. But like I was mentioning earlier, with Ramon Lucio, I mean, those guys are amazing. And then obviously, like I mentioned earlier, Ruby Ann and Carlos, man, they're just it's awesome to share the stage with them. And this coming weekend, is the big show there in Brownsville, and we're super excited to share the stage with them. And then of course, Magali. I mean, well, dude, what can I tell you about her? She's amazing. She's like super talented. I've never met her in person, but her music is amazing. She's an amazing person. Annika, I mean, Hilda Lamas. There's several other artists there that I'm just excited to meet. So we are literally we're going to show. I don't think we go on until I think we don't hit the stage until 10 or something like that at night. But I was telling the boys, we're going to take the bus over there and we're going to get there early just because I want to meet everybody one on one and obviously show support there for the event and for the community.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there as well. I'm gonna be doing some live shots in there and talking to some people, doing
Sweet.
interviews as well. For those of you that have just joined us, first of all, let me get some quick shout outs real quick, and we'll
You
start off.
bet.
Laura Linda Cervantes Escalante, thank you. Or Cervantes. Laura Linda is just an amazing person, beautiful person, wonderful singer, wonderful, talented person. Then we got my buddy Miguel. Miguel, thank you so very much for joining us. Like Miguel is just like talent. He's the kind of person you get upset because like you have that much talent, I have none. So Rick Phoenix, man, that my rock and roll jammer, man. He has a band. He does a lot of rock and roll, but he's got a great heart, just like you. And what we were talking about was the West Texas takeover, 281 takeover for Ruby Yen. It's Texas Wildfire. It's in Brownsville. It's coming up not this Saturday. Well, it's coming up this Saturday. Saturday was yesterday. But hey, Lawrence, they have a Saturday every week. but but yeah, it's for a good cause. There's a lot of different things that money's going to be going to. Number one, it's going to be helping out people with their Thanksgiving meal, because the facility there, that's what they do for their Thanksgiving. But Ruby Ann also has a couple of or several Christmas things. We've got Christmas gifts for people in nursing homes, which people don't realize. When you think of Christmas, you only think of kids, but Christmas is for everyone. It's not just for kids.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of families that are not a lot of. There's a lot of people that don't have family that are in nursing homes, and they don't ask for a lot. Socks, blankets, stuff like that, and just to visit in a small performance like she's done in the past, that's more than enough. She's also raising some money for other like the shelter, the animal shelter for people, for the pets that are there. Obviously they're in a shelter, they're mishandled, or some people just can't take care of them and they put them there. But it's a good cause all the way around. That's why I went ahead and I was more than happy to attach my name to it, because of the fact that I believe in what's going on. I know you guys were going to be performing there. I wanted to go ahead and get y'all on this to be here to talk, and so that way people can get to listen to you and hear you. And like I said, your RGV's best kept secret. I like your music. I want people to understand, there's good music everywhere. There's good music. Good music is good music. It doesn't matter where it comes from. We should be supporters of everything. Last night I was over in Blackwell, I think it was, with Angelique and Sweet Sweetie Band. They put on an amazing show. It's a great facility.
I bet.
Yeah, it's great. But I'm in great anticipation for what's happening this Saturday. It's going to be wonderful. Big shout out to my buddy Orlando Cardenas. How are you doing, Orlando? Thank you so very much for joining us. And Rosie Ellison. Rosie, thank you so very much for joining us, Rosie. I know she's I just want to take a little time and say, we're still praying for you, Rosie. So you have yourself be safe and be wonderful. And if you need anything, those of us that are here at Cuba Radio, we're here for you. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a listen to the song. For those of you that just joined in, we're going to listen to your single that you've just released. I think it's going to be awesome. I want people to listen to it. Remember, the best way for you guys to support your Tejano artist is to go to their shows and buy their
Absolutely.
Look, they're having a show here. It's going to be $10 a ticket, and what you're going to help out is people get food for Thanksgiving. Help people get, excuse me, get gifts for Christmas, which is a wonderful thing. And you're going to be listening to something like 14 amazing people. Annika, who's got like a voice like 4 octaves in her voice. You know, sorry. I got a frog in my throat. You know, Ida Lamas, who's like, you know, she's the soul sister of Tejano music. You know, you got you guys that are playing out there, which I call you like a conjunto, kind of a conjunto. I said conjunto light earlier, but it's not. It's more like a conjunto fusion. You know,
with Tejano, yeah.
you got the Tejano and you got the all this other stuff. You know, got some cumbia in there. You got some. It's really really good. It's going to be a wonderful event, so go ahead and be there. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a listen to this song. It's called Bailadora. This is Indio on the radio with Mike Alaniz from Texas Pachanga, and it goes like this.
Cada viernes a las 7 tú la puedes encontrar alistando su ropa que va a usar para bailar. Una falda muy cortita, una blusa apretadita con sus formas exquisitas como ella no hay otra igual. A las 10 de la noche empieza a tocar Texas Pachanga. Ella sí va a bailar las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. Que ella mueve es una forma sensual, de lado a lado ella no va a parar de bailar. Con su falda muy cortita, con su blusa apretadita, con sus formas exquisitas como ella no hay otra igual. A la medianoche para de tocar Texas Pachanga, el baile acabará. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. Ella empieza a buscar y donde hay baile, a ver qué va a tocar. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar.
Oh, that bass riff at the end. Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
My boy Jesse.
Yeah, it's really really good. Now, for those people that want to get some merch, or get your find out what your schedule is, where can we go for that, brother?
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to be in Brownsville next week. We always take our road manager with us, and they take care of all the merch and whatnot. We have T-shirts, caps, koozies, pictures, USBs. What else do we have? I'm missing something, but anywho, or you can go find us on Facebook. It's the Mark Alaniz Texas Pachanga, and you can order anything there as well. And believe just a little side note on that, I really appreciate you mentioning that, because a lot of times that helps us out a lot. I mean, the merch truly helps us out quite a bit when we're on the road. And I've noticed that our fans, the Tejano fans, man, they are just phenomenal in supporting the artists. I mean, they are absolutely phenomenal. I get surprised each and every single time we wound up playing. Should real quick. We wound up playing the Hano Music Award fanfare a few months ago in San Antonio. We were in the San Saba stage, and we set up a little table on the side. And it was one of those where it was like, oh, well, they'll just take down one bag and set up a little bit of merch because how much are we truly going to sell, brother? We sold that bag completely out. They went and got two more bags to set up. And I mean, San Antonio and everybody who went out there, they were so supportive of all the new artists that were there. I mean, I was just astounded how much the people were happy to have us there. And I think part of it is also, and I'm going to be just upfront about it. There's a lot of people who were and are still afraid of COVID, and rightfully so, because COVID is legit. I mean, we lost so many great people, unfortunately, to it, and it changed our world completely. But me personally and my band, we all sat down and we talked about it when we first started playing and going out and around the state. And we thought to ourselves, well, we just discussed it. We said, you know what? We want to live free. We want to live doing what we love doing. And we're going to go out there. And if people want to see us, and they want to hear our music, they want to see us perform, they want to dance to our music. I mean, we're going to go out there. We're going to do it. And that's why, like, even afterwards, and we were as safe as we could. We wore masks and hand sanitizer, the whole 9 yards. But we took, we must have taken, and I'm not exaggerating, we must have taken, I would say, 400 to 500 pictures that day. And you know what? I'd do it again today. I'd do it again tomorrow. I don't care. If the fans are there and they want to see us, we're going to be there for them, 100%.
Yeah, and like you said, COVID is a very real thing, and I don't think people have a complete understanding of it. This past May, in the United States, we surpassed 1 million people that have died of COVID. 1 million Americans died of COVID this past May. That's a fact. That's nothing. That's not political. That is a fact. That is
a horrible number.
Yes, that is a horrible number. So yes, we have to keep taking care of us. There's still people out there who don't believe in the vaccine. That's fine.
Right.
You believe whatever it is, but you have to take precautions for that because it affects other people as well.
Absolutely, 100%.
And so that's one of the things that we have to pay attention to. Just be conscious, socially conscious. That's all we're asking for. But yes, go out to the shows and support everything else. Rosie says that her mother passed away from COVID, and I'm sorry.
Oh, so sorry, Rosie.
That's very very unfortunate. And that's just it's unfortunate because it exists in our life. She says yes, be very very careful, and she was careful. I do know because I talk to Rosie all the time, and she's taking the precautions. But even taking the precautions can help us. And I'm sorry that we kind of diverted there on that one thing, but it goes to show that with great care we can be safe and we can enjoy ourselves. It's just
absolutely
just doing the simple things, washing your hands, covering your face whenever you cough, using sanitizer. And we know that the vaccine works because it's getting there. I went to Vegas. I am a transplant recipient. I have an immune deficiency, so I am immune compromised. I was there, and people that I know got COVID, but I came home without it because
thank God
I took precautions, and that's what all I ask is for everybody else. It's unfortunate. It's part of our life, but we've done this before. We did it with polio. We did it with with other pandemics that we've had before. We were able to come together as a community, as a country, and overcome it as long as we work together, as opposed to work against each other. And that's all I ask.
No, go ahead. Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And if I could just throw one quick shout out real quick, Indio, it's just and again, it's the blue in me. I just want to send a quick shout out to all the brave men and women out there who are taking care of us. The police, your city, state, county, federal, anybody who wears that badge, anybody who puts your life on the line each and every single day. And I'm not just talking about, from the normal, actually these are normal, but from the everyday dangers, but from COVID, when it was first hitting and we had no clue what this was. We had no clue how to protect ourselves from it.
Yeah.
Some of us were still out there, and I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm gonna, I'm doing it for everyone else. I'm saying it for everyone else who was out there. But everyone in law enforcement who was out there, all first responders, paramedics, firefighters, all those brave men and women who were out there who still didn't know exactly how to protect yourself 100% from it, but they were still out there doing their job. So God bless each and every single one of you all. Thank you all so much, especially like Carlos and Ruby, for example. Those folks were all in the same boat, and like I said, I get I we get tested randomly at work, and then on top of that, I purposely test myself quite a bit because I do see quite a few people in my line of work, and I want to make sure that I'm safe, that I'm not going to get any of my bandmates, any of my friends, my family ill, and I'm going to tell you that I have been absolutely blessed so far, and it's not to say that we're invincible, but it's exactly like you said. You just got to take precautions. If you're going to be around crowds, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face, your eyes, etc., etc. And a lot sooner than later, we're going to wind up, being able to tame this horrible. I'm going to call it a disease, and we've the deaths are nowhere near as much as great as they were. Now that doesn't give comfort to anybody who's lost loved ones, which it's easy to say we all have lost loved ones, but we're trying to control the loss of even more loved ones. And for anyone who's lost anyone out there, which I'm pretty sure is just about everyone out there listening, God bless you all. And it's sad, but unfortunately, it's something that life threw at us, and we have to keep rolling with it. And fortunately or unfortunately, we take it as it comes, and we just have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that's one of the reasons that artists today are so essential in the healing process of what it is to have gone through what we've gone through in the past couple of years. The loss of people, love is very well represented in music, and it reminds us of special things. It reminds us of tastes and, locations, and reminds us of all kinds of things, and gets warm feelings in our heart. And that's wonderful to have. And that's one of the things that where the realms in which you guys walk amongst, to be able to influence as people's emotions and stay with them. And that's a gift from God to be able to help that. And I really appreciate that, you come here to share your time. A quick real shout out to Esmeralda Sanchez. She's got a new song that's come out, Esmeralda does. And it's a really, really good song. And then the mix master himself, Jonathan Espinosa, tuning in from Florida. He's an incredible producer. He's so forward thinking, which is pretty awesome. And once again, I did want to say, Rosie, we got you. If you need anything, anything, sweetheart, you can go ahead and hook us up. So let's go ahead and shift gears real quick. Now, we talked a little bit about Sin Tu Amor, how it came about. They were like, hey, let's get in the studio and everything else. But where did the song come from? Where was the idea for the song? Was it something that y'all just picked up, or something that how did that happen?
Well, I've always loved to write. Ever since I was a young kid, I've always written. And like I mentioned, when Texas Pachanga first formed in the late 90s, I was trying to write some songs, and for us at the time, though, I was a drummer. So it was kind of like a drummer's writing songs, not very common. But so I wrote a couple of songs, and this particular song, Sin Tu Amor, it was written a little bit different. I structured it a little bit different, and I had the absolutely amazing blessing to have met Carlos Uvaya. He is an old-time amazing trio musician. The man played all over Mexico, Central America, South America, and I got to know him pretty well. And I showed him some of my songs, and he gravitated towards that one and told me, hey, this is good, but you need to fix a couple of things. I said, okay, what needs to be fixed? And the thing about it was that some of my phrasing was a little bit off. It wasn't that the Spanish was incorrect. It's just the way I structured it. So we sat down together and we played it a little bit, and then he would share with me, like, well, how does this go? So I started playing my chords, and if you notice, some of the chord changes in there are not traditional primera, segunda, tercera. I mean, the song is in B flat, for example, and then all of a sudden, you hear me change to A flat and then to C and whatever. And I showed Carlos this, and we worked on it quite a bit, and it and this is again back in the '90s, and we just played it. Jesse and I kept playing it every now and then when we would do backyard parties, serenades, etc., etc. And we always noticed that people would always dance to it. Like we would start playing, for example, we would do Mother's Day serenade, and you do, Las Mañanitas and Madre Querida and Cariño and whatever, right? And then it was like one of those where, hey, can you all play another song? It's like, yeah, but you know what? We're gonna play something con poquito más ánimo. And they'd be like, yes, yes, yes. So we started playing dun, 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 whatever. And people would just kind of, oh, cumbia, okay. And then they would start dancing. And so fast forward to December of 2020 when we started just playing and decided to kind of see what we could do with our music with a lot of the songs that we wrote. Chewy and I thought about it. It's like, you know what? That song needs to be the first one that we record. It needs to be the first one that we release. And we even said it. If it goes nowhere and does nothing, so be it. I don't care. But because that song was, I guess, the first real song that we were able to produce on our own. Yes, Carlos helped us definitely, and may he rest in peace. The gentleman unfortunately passed away from brain cancer about 12, 13 years ago. Chewy and I grabbed it. We took it. We modernized it a little bit. Like you mentioned earlier, we worked on the drums, on the percussion on there, and to kind of give it a little bit more livelihood, a little bit more animo. And we released it. And like I said, we were absolutely blessed. We did well with that song. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can always do better. But for five guys from the Valley, who have, like I said, Jesse and I, we played with a bunch of other bands in the past. I played with Chris Rodriguez back in the '90s, and he would take me with him to go play with a bunch of artists. I mean, last year we did the Johnny Canales show with Ramirera. So we played with several other bands, but this particular song, like I said, it meant something to us because it was something that we wrote back in the day, and it was from the original band, and we brought it forward. And even though we weren't able to bring a lot of those musicians with us from the past, because some have, and life goes on. They have families, they have other careers, they don't have time, whatever it is, and they're still friends, they're still close friends. But Chewy and I said, we're going to keep moving forward. Paul, you and I, and we'll just get another drummer and a percussion player, which we did. And like I said, that song, we always play it, and we have really, really great success with it when we play live. And one of the things that we're really looking forward to, just a side note, and I don't mean to keep going off your rabbit running, but we're planning a big tour to the West Coast at the end of this year. And we're like so excited because this particular song did phenomenally well all over southern part of California. Did really well all over Arizona, and we're crazy excited to go over there.
Yeah, I think some of the people that are Tejano supporters and everything else, they don't realize that this is not just something that we can keep to ourselves. It actually goes, excuse me, it actually, Tejano music is everywhere.
Absolutely.
We label it as Tejano music, but in reality, it's just a progressive Mexican genre in itself. It's not limited to here just in Texas. I mean, Jonathan Espinosa, he's in Florida. You've got Jorge Moreno in California. You've got La Sombra that's coming from Chicago. You've got them all over the country, and that's really where it's just people that have migrated, the Hispanic culture that's migrated up to the different locations, and they want a taste of home, and this is where it is. And
Absolutely.
That's you guys are out there, planning to celebrate and everything else. And just quickly, Shelly Lattis is a person who is a big promoter of spreading the wealth of music all over. She's bringing a lot of artists over to Michigan. They're going to be performing up there in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Mexican Fiesta. She's got a lot of female artists coming along with her. That's the wonderful thing about where we are in Tejano music right now. We have the freedom. We experienced a big uproar or uplifting, with major corporations coming down to San Antonio, coming down to Texas, and investing a lot of money into Tejano music. but we have to remember that they're corporations and they spent a lot of their money on investing for themselves to make profit off of what they saw as being something else. Once once they didn't see the profit, when the profit margin started limiting, they started moving away, and they left us here. But the songs were always there, the music was always there before they got here, and it's still there today.
Absolutely.
We're still playing and we're still doing it, but we're having to learn to do it ourselves, which is fine, perfectly fine, because now we don't have to follow rules. Now we can sing and play whatever it is that we want. And that's one of the wonderful things. I think that also leads to a lot of the freedom that we see now, where it's the women that are taking over, which is wonderful. I'm not saying it's not. It's a wonderful thing, but you know what? Women should have been there the whole time. And
Agreed, 100%.
yeah, they're. I mean, Laura Linda, Sherry Lares, we have Laura Canales, Patsy Torres, Linda V and the Boys, Stephanie Montiel, Stephanie Lynn. We've got a lot of artists that were there that the doors should have been open wider to them, so that way they could perform better. We should let that light shine. Don't put it underneath a bushel basket. Let it shine. And so
no, absolutely. And you look at artists. You mentioned Shelly Lattis earlier. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this is her retirement tour, and I mean, she's just, man, what a phenomenal artist. I mean, started from such a young age and has gone through the ups and downs of the industry. And I mean, look at her today. She's still as much of an influencer as she ever was, and all the talent that she has behind her. That all the amazing musicians she's had the opportunity to work with throughout the years. She's just an amazing artist.
Oh yeah, an amazing artist. Not only that, she's got the credentials.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. She's got the credentials. A friend of mine just told me not too long ago, we were talking, and she said that I was a platinum radio station because I reached 100,000 listeners. I started thinking about that, but we don't have those. We don't have those levels anymore. Back in the day, if you sold 100,000 records, you were a platinum artist. You're a platinum selling artist. And so now it's we don't have that anymore. We don't sell records. We don't sell CDs,
right.
And so
we sell singles.
Yeah, we sell singles. And so it's kind of different. That was always a good marker back in the day, which is interesting. But Shelly has them all. She's got them in spades, and that's wonderful.
Oh, sure.
She's helping out, and then that's and the reason I mentioned that is because it's kind of like you guys, very, very popular, even though it's weird how the RGV doesn't embrace you as much as the outer community, but that's that's neither here nor there. You're still getting appreciated for your talent, but you guys keep giving. And that's the wonderful part about it. That's so admirable. Yeah, guys are parting of this event that's going to happen. This coming Saturday, helping out kids, helping out the elderly, helping out the animal shelter. That's a huge heart. But that's one of the reasons that we should appreciate who you are and what y'all do. But that's not the only thing. You come along with good music as well.
Well, I appreciate that. If I can throw one more quick thing in there real quick, and it's not to lift my collar or the families or anything like that, but my family also runs a soup kitchen here in San Juan. If anybody here is listening, on Wednesdays at St. Vincent de Paul, Wednesdays we give out commodities. Thursdays, my mom is in charge of the kitchen. My mom's retired, by the way. She a retired librarian of many, many years. But she cooks, or not, I shouldn't say she, but she has a crew that cooks between 400 to 600 plates that we give out. Everything is 100% free. We fund a lot of it ourselves. We cook, like I said, mom tells us if they're short on anything, whatever they need, and we make it happen. And we're very proud because, again, if all you're doing is kind of taking from people, when I say taking, I mean, I don't know how best to phrase this, but when I go out there and I play my music, people listen to me. The way I see it is I'm taking a piece of them with me. I'm taking their time, hopefully taking a little piece of their heart with me. But you have to give back. You have 100%. You always have to give back, no matter how quote unquote on top you are. You always have to be leveled. You always have to be grounded. And I personally can tell you from experience, that I had been on the bottom before. I've been on top. I've been broke. I have money, et cetera, et cetera. And it's all about being genuine and being the person that you are and never changing. I can tell you that, for example, my friends, the same friends I had back in junior high and high school, they're still the same friends that I associate with today. My circle isn't very big. I'm very selective, I guess you would say. But I'm genuine. I'm genuine with the community. I'm genuine with my friends, and it's not just the community here. For example, last year we our Steos Ambition, Tejano Highway 281. We all went to Victoria, Texas, and we were part of the turkey giveaway that we did there for the community over there. They asked us, well, can you all help us out? Because we had just done a radio tour, and I was like, you know what? Absolutely, 100%, we are in. And we all took off from work. We went up there first thing in the morning. Um, we did several signings. We did quite a bit of radio out there on Lopez Broadcasting, and then we were out there. We handed out, I think it was like 500 and something Thanksgiving meals to all the people out there in Victoria. And it's not an issue that, or it's not something that makes you feel humbled or whatever. It's something that makes you feel great because you're making a small difference for a family that can really use those supplies. It's not about writing a check and saying, "Hey, here's money," or go buy, I don't know, 50 turkeys or whatever you want. It's about being out there and physically being with the community. Again, COVID was hitting last year still, and we didn't, not that we didn't care, but we wanted to be out there with the community in Victoria. And again, this coming Saturday, we're helping the community there in Brownsville. You mentioned the nursing homes. You mentioned the different pet adoption agencies that are there, the kiddos that are there, and that's because, like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, we wound up playing a gig in Laredo, and then we hauled a butt over here to Brownsville to go do another gig with Grupo Dominante and Ramon Lucio, to go help and purchase kids for the community there in Brownsville. And anything we can do to help them, the community, we're going to do. And especially, like I mentioned earlier, I don't mean to keep harping on it, but I worked in Brownsville for 4 years, and even though I'm not from there, I still feel a strong tie to the community there, because again, I was there for 4 years, and the fact that Rubian and Carlos allowed us to be a part of this, man, it feels amazing. I mean, we feel absolutely blessed that we're able to go out there. We're able to play our music and show people who haven't seen us, show them a little bit of who we are, and hopefully, like I mentioned earlier, give them a little bit of us and take a little bit of their hearts with us. And then, of course, like I said, we're super excited to go out there and hang with Rubian and with Carlos, with all the other amazing artists who are going to be there: Magali, Legado, Hilda Lamas, Jenny B. I mean, everyone who's going to be out there. It's just such an amazing array of artists, and everybody's doing it again. It's not to go play because, quite frankly, we can make a call and go play at XYZ place and bring home a paycheck. It's not about bringing home a paycheck. It's about giving back, and you have to give back.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that's one of the wonderful things. I was actually with Ruby Ann when we delivered the gifts that they raised for the Brownsville Police and the Brownsville Fire Department, that we were delivering to the families of the victims and in Valde. And it really does matter, just to see the smile on the brothers and sisters' faces after they receive the gifts. I mean, they're still kids. They still, they're still going to live, and it's good to see them smile and happy, as opposed to not experiencing that, which is really a tough thing for me as a veteran. To see to know that civilians have experienced something that's like war, and that's not fair at all. Real quickly, Ray Martinez joined us, and he says, "Mark, you are awesome, bro. See you coming this weekend. Ruby Ann's 281 Takeover Texas Tejano Wildfire. Royal will be there. Actitud y pasión."
Yeah, awesome, Royal. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
Hope to see you again soon, brother.
That's true. And then also, let's see here. We have where did I go? Okay. Uh, Sorry, I've been busy in the houses. I think Norma's talking to somebody. But, that's cool that that y'all guys are showing, and it's a wonderful cause. Let's go ahead. We kind of veered off a little bit. I was going to play the song. My voice is going. Sorry about that.
Are you singing or what, brother?
Yes, I was. Me. No, just kidding.
Ay, pues, stupidity.
Here, I'm going to sing a song for you. No.
Let's go.
Right? No. I was just. I don't know why it's a frog in my throat, but anyway, you threw me off. Come on, bro.
Were you gonna play Somos Como Hermanos?
Right? No. Sin tu amor is what I was going to play the song, and so I wanted to play Sin tu amor because it's a great song. It's one of your first songs, and also so that way y'all guys can get a good feeling of the song. Remember, these guys are going to be playing here this coming weekend, not here, but in Brownsville this coming weekend. It's a wonderful cause, but that doesn't mean that you have to stop there. They have their Facebook page. You can go ahead and check them out. You can get their merch. I tell you, I've said it. You can see for a fact everything that I have, all the merch that I've ever had showed on the show, I have purchased this myself because I firmly believe that in order for you to help Tejano artists, you have to go to their shows and buy their merch. You can also stream their music. It's going to help them. But remember, 1 million streams on one song only pays them $1,000. That's it. Yep. But you can buy the song and cost you 99 cents. It's
absolutely.
And here's the deal. If you stream it, you heard it, that's it. But if you buy it, it's on your phone, it's on your
forever,
it's on your cloud, dude. You can go back and listen whenever you want. And I have my playlist, bro, because you said I was singing this morning in the shower because that's where I'm the best. But it still has a level of tangibility where you can keep it to yourself. It's something you can go back and share and say, hey, have you heard this group? What group? And you don't have to keep scrolling. Hold on. It's buffering. No, it's yours. It's on your phone. That's why you should have it.
Absolutely.
Go and get it and go and get their merch. I know when I see you over this Saturday over there, I'm going to go ahead and get me some of the caps because I'm a big cap person.
Awesome.
And, we'll be there. But here is the song. This is Indio on the radio with Mark Alaniz and Texas Pachanga. This song is called Sin Tu Amor.
Recordando aquellos tiempos que pasamos muy contentos, como la estrella y el cielo inseparables, tú y yo. Nuestro amor siguió creciendo, tú y yo, siempre soñando en nuestro futuro solamente tú y yo. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, tampoco sin tu calor. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, pues tú eres mi obsesión. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, sin tu amor no soy feliz. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, tú eres mi todo. Aquellos tiempos que pasamos muy contentos, como la estrella y el cielo inseparables, tú y yo. Nuestro amor siguió creciendo, tú y yo, siempre soñando en nuestro futuro solamente tú y yo. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, tampoco sin tu calor. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, pues tú eres mi obsesión. No puedo vivir sin tu amor, si tu amor feliz. No puedo vivir sin vos. Tú eres mi todo. Y nunca me dejes de amar. Todo no va a quedar. Me haces muy feliz y no quiero vivir sin ti. No quiero vivir.
Sure.
Whoops.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that I cut it. It's one of my favorite songs that y'all guys have, man.
Thank you.
I don't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoa, what happened? We're working. Hey, Ruby Ann and Carlos have just joined us. Y'all guys are late to the party. You don't get any cookies.
Hey, Andy, check your email. I just sent you Somos Como Hermanos. That was our second release.
Oh, second.
Tito Amor was our first. Somos Como Hermanos was our second release. And Bailadora is our current one. But I just sent it to you right now.
Okay, because I didn't have it, did I have it? You know,
I don't know.
Because I'm running around back and forth, and that's that bad showing on me. You just made me look bad, bro. Thank you.
No, brother, I'm sorry. That particular song was pretty awesome because we were able to do a duet, which we.
Uh-oh. You broke up there, brother. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Nope. I think Ruby and Carlos say that they are getting the red carpet ready for everybody. Yeah, she's preparing the VBA. There you are. You're back. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello? Maybe not. So let me go ahead and remove you real quick. So anyway, yeah, that's a wonderful thing. What we're talking about and everything else, as far as the 281 that's taking over, that 281 takeover from by Ruby Ann, and it's going to feature Magali de la Rosa. It's going to feature a lot of artists, you know, Annika, who's just an amazing singer herself. And then it's going to be also with here Alaniz and Texas Pachanga. And then we're also going to have Ruby Ann, of course. And we're going to have just a bunch of different artists. Ginny B, she's just an amazing.
What happened to?
I can hear you.
My audio.
I can hear you. Really? So yeah, but you know he's gonna it's gonna be a wonderful show for all of y'all. I wanted to send a quick shout out to Miguel Hernandez who joined us earlier. He's got a new song out. You got to listen to it. It's a wonderful song. Also Laura Linda's song. She just released a song not too long ago. It's really hitting really well. I'm sorry, Laura Linda. I don't remember the name of the song, but I do know it's a good one. Big shout out to Honey Bear. She's taking over some of the promotional stuff for Hacienda Hip, which is great. Wonderful to be working with you. Thank you so very much for all the information and stuff that you've sent me. We still need to talk, girlfriend. Big shout out to Jonathan Espinosa as well. Jonathan, you are an amazing person, an amazing talent, and a wonderful person. Thank you so very much for joining us, and I wish you all the best. I know I'm excited to see what else is going to be happening with the Espinosa project, which is obviously something that you know has done so very, very well. Esmeralda Sanchez, I know you have a single that you released just recently through Rosie Allison, which is going to be really, really a great song. I've got you on there. We need to give me a call so that way I can get you on the show. Then obviously, yeah, I can hear you. No, you're fine. I was sending out some shout outs while you were talking. That's fine. You're good. I heard you earlier. It's just I think you couldn't hear me. I was sending some shout outs.
That's right.
People that were there. And like I wanted to remind everybody, you know, this wonderful thing, it's great to see everybody coming together. It's for a good cause. We're going to be talking about helping. We're going to be what we are going to be doing is helping people out with those that are less fortunate than us. God has given us a wonderful gift. of being able to share our knowledge, to share our talents with other people, and that is what we should be doing ourselves. We've been given this wonderful gift. I say, uh, um, and remind, excuse me. I said earlier that I'm a transplant recipient. God gave me new life. What kind of a man would I be if I did not try to make this world a better place?
Amen.
And so, with that being said, we are kind of close to the end now. I'm sorry it took you so long to get back on, brother.
I'm sorry, my brother.
No, you're fine. We come to the end of the interview, and usually what I do here is I give the artist complete floor, so that way they can go ahead and share out their shout outs and do and let people know where they can get their merch and how they can get a hold of them and everything else. It's completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and take myself out of the space. The floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark Alaniz in Texas Pachanga.
Awesome, awesome. Folks, first of all, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening to our music. Like I said earlier, this Saturday we'll be in Brownsville, Texas, at the 281 Saloon. We are absolutely honored that Ruby Ann and Carlos have allowed us to play on this particular night with them. We're going to be playing with a whole bunch of other amazing artists. I think there's 13 or 14 total amazing artists there. It's for a fantastic cause. Ruby Ann has her own causes that she donates to certain nursing homes. I know there's a couple of pet projects, but 281 Saloon also has some areas where they donate to the community as well. And like I mentioned earlier, it's all about giving back. My boys and I, we are excited to be playing on this ticket. Texas Pachanga, you can find us again any of your favorite digital platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, etc., etc. Our latest single, La Bailadora, we'll be playing it live that evening. Our last single that did really well, which was Somos Como Hermanos, which is a duet that we sang with Orlando Garcia, the frontman for Tejano Highway 281. And of course, my bass player Chewy sang on that one. And that song did extremely, extremely well. A bit more traditional, Walchada. Again, like we mentioned earlier, Cinto Amor, that was our first release last year. And remember, guys, it's all about keeping Tejano music going. It's one of the things real quick that I love about this coming weekend's show is that all of us artists are coming together and we're all there to help each other out, to help the community. It's a win-win situation. Everybody there is just excited to do their part. It's going to be an amazing night. From what I understand, after talking to Ruby Ann, this is going to be a yearly event. So God willing, we'll be blessed to come back and be able to play next year. But yeah, we have several gigs coming up aside from this one. We'll be in Crystal City. We'll be in Laredo. We're going to be in Alamo, San Antonio. God willing, I'd love to go to San Angelo. Never been there. I think it'd be awesome to go play over there. And we have some amazing, amazing, amazing projects coming up. I can't say exactly what, but we have been in communication with another amazing, amazing, amazing artist, somebody who's always at the top of the charts. I'm pretty sure you all can put two and two together, but I'm not going to say who. I'm just saying that we are in talks right now to put something together that I've had up my sleeve for a while. Also want to send a big shout out to my band, to Jesse Alvarez, to Ray Vasquez, to Paul Lopez Leo Ramirez. Want to send a big shout out, like I did earlier, to all the brave men and women in blue. Thank you all for everything you all do. God bless you all. All first responders, EMT ambulance workers, fire department, and genuinely just thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart on behalf of myself, Mark Alaniz, the Texas Pachanga. We love you all. We really hope that you all are enjoying this journey that we're on as much as we are. Like I mentioned earlier, we're hoping to steal a little piece of your heart and give you a piece of ours. And God willing, we can make you all lifelong fans. And once again, Leo, thank you all so much. A big shout out to Powerhouse Studios. Huge shout out to Leona Promotions. A lot of science. Thank you so much for all you do for us. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Like I said earlier, we wouldn't have half the gigs we have if it wasn't for you. And again, everybody listening from Florida to California to Mexico, God bless you all. Thank you all so much. Please, please, please stay safe. Uh, Practice being safe. COVID, like I said, isn't exactly over, but we're beating it, and we're going to continue to beat it. So God bless everyone. Thank you all again so much.
All right, thanks, Mark. Man, that was really a great. A big shout out to everybody that was there. Like you said, Laura. Thank you so very much for being here. Ruby says that we're happy to have you guys and blessed to have all the artists that are participating and donating their time. They love you all, which is great. And reminder, it's for a good cause. I do believe that, and I'm not sure. But I'm pretty positive that if you go to Ruby Ann's website, you can still buy tickets for $8 at pre-sale. They're going to be $10.
That's correct. It's rubyannofficial.com.
Yeah, and it's for a great cause. Remember that Laura says had to be part of your journey, Mark. And thank you so very much, Laura.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And but the thing is, it's for a good cause. Just go out there. Remember, it's gonna be freaking 14 bands for $10. How cheap can you be if you don't think that's a great steal of a deal? Are you kidding me? And it's like it's like really great artists, everybody. All of these songs that have been performed, I have a favorite for each and every one of them. If you were that person that's always complaining about Tejano has not evolved, oh, I don't want to hear this music that was released 20 years ago. You know what? Go out there. You
need to show up. I mean, all these artists who I am absolutely blessed to be able to play with next weekend, guys. This is what Tejano is. I mean, we're bringing back all of these artists. Are bringing back some of the old school, mixing with the new school. I mean, come on out and support a fantastic cause. I promise you. Look at any chart that's out there on just about any radio station, and the majority of these artists are on there. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm literally sharing the stage with a bunch of amazing people, bunch of amazing musicians. And I mean, I am truly, truly blessed to be able to share the stage with all these people.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And they're charting all over the country. Like you said, what y'all did over earlier, you got Ruby Ann in the top 20. You've got Anna in the top 20. You've got Alicia C. You've got Jenny B, who just released her song. You've got all of these artists. They're charting. The reason they're charting is because it's good music. Go out there, watch yourself some good music. But don't forget this. Support your Tejano artists. And look, if you can't make it down to Brownsville this weekend, it doesn't matter. Just be checking it out. I tell you what, Mark and Texas Pachanga would be glad to have you out there. Send you a shout out as well. And look, buy their merch. It's available there. Support your Tejano artists. Besides, the cap is cool. The t-shirt is cool. And, you get to say something like, hey, check this one out, and buy one for your kids, because the kids are always walking around with like freaking. I saw this kid the other day with he had a Scorpions t-shirt, and I was like, oh man, I remember, that was a great song. And they were like, who? I was like, your shirt, bro. They just bought it because they just wore it because they thought it was cool. So buy them a Texas Pachanga shirt and they can think it's cool too. They don't
Absolutely.
But support the cause, support the people, support the bands. That's what I'm telling you. Thank you so very much, Mark, for being here. Thank you for all the people that have been joining us. Norma, thank you so very much for always being there as a Tejano supporter. I truly appreciate everything. Laura, muchas gracias. Thank you so very much. Ruby Ann, of course. A big shout out to Chris, who joined us a little late. Thank you very much, Chris. He's also another big Chris Zavala, who's a big Tejano supporter. Thank you so very much. He says that he's here to support. And then all the other people that were here, Miguel and Laura Linda and everybody else. So be checking out their music. They're all good artists. They all put their heart into it. And so we should appreciate it. It's gonna be good. We're getting over the hump. We just got to come together as a family. And if you're having a hard time, if you're down in the dumps and you're not feeling very good, if you're not in a good space, just remember, every day planes take flight against the wind, and so can you. And we'll be here. Love and kisses. Thank you very much, Mark. Man, I appreciate you, bro, for joining us, man. We'll see you this
Thank you, my brother.
We'll take it out. This is Indio on the radio, Mark Alaniz, Texas Pachanga, and we're going to be listening to their song, or we'll be shouting out with their song. It's called Bailadora.
Cada viernes a las 7 tú la puedes encontrar alistando su ropa que va a usar para bailar. Una falda muy cortita, una blusa apretadita con sus formas exquisitas, como ella no hay otra igual. A las 10 de la noche empieza a tocar Texas Pachanga. Ella sí va a bailar las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. La forma que ella mueve es una forma sensual, de lado a lado ella no va a parar de bailar. Con su falda muy cortita, con su blusa apretadita, con sus formas exquisitas, como ella no hay otra igual. A la medianoche para de tocar en Texas Pachanga, el baile acabará. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le encanta gozar. Y entre semana ella empieza a buscar y donde hay baile a ver qué va a tocar. Las cumbias movidas y rancheras seguidas y guapangos bailables, le